Hello everyone, welcome back to Out of Ore. This is a new series that I am going to start out. We are on the Quarry map, starting out a or continuing with previous one. I am calling this Project Titan because the goal of this is going to end up being to build a very large facility, and it needs to be enough to handle the largest mass excavator. Because I'd like to play around with the mass excavator and collect up all of this material here and just see how much material we can process and how much the largest mass excavator can actually be. I am assuming that it should end up maxing out the ability of the conveying system and the machinery, but we'll have to see. One of the things that I'm kind of worried about is I think that this is all stone here. I guess the first thing I should probably get is a one of those testing things. Hand tools, conveyor analyzer. No, metal analyzer. Yeah. Yeah, so all of this is solid rock. So I don't think we're going to be able to collect up this because that's going to end up requiring explosives. But I figured what we could do is set up down here. And theoretically, the mass excavator should be large enough to be able to get into the areas around here. We won't necessarily need to worry about getting into stone, hopefully. But I suppose we can try and raise up the mass excavator to see, like, if we end up having any issues with that. I can see if raising the mass excavator is going to help. But I mean, it looks like there's lots of ores all over everywhere, and even with that, we should be able to get into pay dirt. I wonder what's over here. I wonder if over here might be a good starting spot. Because then we wouldn't have to worry about the stone. We can just start digging into this, maybe. Yeah, so first things, I ended up copying over and pulling all of the money that I ended up having saved there, because I think that we're going to end up needing that. For right now, I think I'm just going to dump any of the materials into a what's that called? A sell point for the time being. And then slowly build a factory. I mean, we should have enough money to cover most of a starter factory, but since we're going to be going with the largest of these guys, I don't know if it's going to end up making much of a difference because we're going to end up needing to, or like the amount that of money that we have might not go very far if this ends up taking up a lot. Well, if it needs a lot. Now, I was looking at the two top ones, and the only thing that I see different on these guys is just the tracks at the bottom. So I don't know if there is much of a difference between the smaller one and the larger one. Besides the tracks, I don't know if it gives better stability on this one or not, but since we've got the money for it, I'm just going to end up buying the largest one and seeing how it goes. That is definitely large. Yep. Yep, that's big. All right. Oh, I was too far away for the physics to kick in. Well, yep, that's big. Okay. Yeah, the range on it's not as far as I thought it would end up being, but yeah, this seems to be a pretty decent setup. It does not go swiftly. You can definitely tell that this thing's big. Well, I guess position it here and we'll see how it starts running. Oh, I can't go very far on this. Okay. I'll set up a sell point over here. Hopefully this is gonna work. Nope, it is not. All right. Because I just want to get a feel for just how this thing runs, and for all I know that this whole sell point's not going to actually do anything. It's just this doesn't seem to be able to snap very well. It's just in a weird spot, maybe. Still not close. I think I need to get a little bit closer, like that. Little bit closer. Okay. Honestly, I have no idea whether this is going to end up working or not. I have not used this at all. So this is going to be a new experience. Okay, so what are the controls on this? So Shift A and W moves this guy around. So that should position it correctly there. Shift E starts the thing going. Shift and okay. I don't think I like the controls on this, because it's supposed to be shift and mouse. Oh, it's moving. And it is doing absolutely nothing because it's completely missing the... let's get this a little bit closer. Maybe there? And it didn't seem... I can't tell if it was actually dumping it on the ground or whether it was selling it or not. Oh, I need to do Shift E, which turns it on. It's definitely digging in. That money is definitely racking up. But I think I might adjust the controls on this. Where is excavator? Is mass excavator not separate? Okay, here. Mass excavator. Excavator that... Because I think what I'd like to be able to do is change this to... Not that. To the arrow keys just to make it easier to work with. Because honestly, I don't... having the mouse controls just doesn't seem... It runs too slow and I run out of mouse pad, so I just thought having the arrow keys might work a lot better. I don't know if I need to adjust anything more, but we'll try that and see if... Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. It's definitely slow, but at the same time, that it definitely racks up the... Doesn't seem to be adjusting or having any issues digging through this. Is there a different... Yeah, so... Just trying to see what kind of views we've got here available. I think that view is probably the best one. Alright, so it's gonna end up definitely netting us a lot of money, and this is just basic stuff right now. We can get a plant set up and a factory for processing this stuff. Can you imagine how much material we'll end up processing? Because I mean, yeah, this is... The money is just skyrocketing on this. Autosave's probably going to be a pain. Well, we at least got the dirt layer taken care of. Definitely getting into pay dirt, except I think we're starting to reach the limits of the layer that it's currently at, because it seems like it's kind of lifting up a little bit. Yep, that's definitely the limit there. Okay, so that was fun. So how deep did this end up getting? I mean, ended up getting a full, all of the dirt layer and then into the... Yeah, I think here you're getting to the point where this is going to end up being in the way, so... We'd have to reposition or clear this out manually to be able to work with that. But either way, this is a pretty good setup overall. But obviously it's spilling over quite a lot as well. So I think what I'm definitely going to have to do is I'm going to get a loader, which we're going to end up going with the big guy, which I think it's this guy. which is 48. So I'm going to get a loader to help clean things up. I'm going to end up getting the big dozer as well. I think that's the big dozer. Because we may need to move some stuff around to make room for everything. We are definitely going to need a fuel truck. You know what? I might get a rock truck just to play around with some stuff as well. I mean, we've got lots of money available to us. And worst case scenario is if it looks like it's not going to end up getting much money, I can flip over to another map and try and get some money from there. But honestly, we've already made $1 million just doing one swath, and that was the bulk of it was dirt and pay dirt. So I mean, once we start processing stuff, it's gonna be way better. So let's get some concrete so that we can do some of that. And I don't know if we'll need some ramps or anything. I'll come back for that. I will definitely need some fuel. What else? What else? What else? Let's start with just a set of hoppers. And try and max this out as much as we can. Obviously I'm not going to do power right away, but I'm going to end up at least putting starting to get some setup on this. Hopper. Except we're going to switch to grid mode. It's going that. What have we got for this? Definitely have to be able to switch views on this thing a lot, because it's so large that doing the follow cam with the on the bucket is, you need to zoom out to be able to see the whole thing. Okay, so this moves this thing here, so I'm gonna switch this over to the side like this, so that that's off to here, and then we'll see where we're at on that. Oh, I'm really glad there's no fall damage. Okay. Now, given the size of it and that we want to maximize this, what I'm thinking is putting that like, need to be able to position that, so that's going to be there. So I'm going to put one here like that. And then we'll flip these guys around and do like that. Because I think that should get all four theoretically. Might need to move it a little bit, I'm not sure. Let's do some digging and see how it goes. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Because what I'm thinking is if it's kind of in the middle, it should be able to get all 4 of them. And hopefully that means that... And I'm going to go down a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up a little bit and then keep going this way. Yeah, I'm going to lift it up enough that it's going to miss this dirt there and then go over a bit more, and then I can drop down and then dig it back the other way. Okay, so that is working. So I'm going to switch the view to make it a little bit easier to see what's going on. And it does look like it's hitting all 4 of them. I mean, all 4 of them seem to be filling up. So I don't know if that visual of the, like the animated part of the dirt falling is the actual spot that it is falling, or whether it's just an animation and it's actually falling differently. But what I figure is I'll do a pass along here until basically I run out of space, and then I'm gonna take a look and see at the, because what I'm digging and where I'm digging shouldn't make much of a difference as far as what material is going in which spot, because it should be going relatively evenly as long as I've set up the pickup properly. If I haven't got the pickup properly, then it's not gonna make it right. But what I'm thinking, what I'm hoping is that it's hitting all 4 of them evenly enough that we're gonna end up having it be good. Now, is that enough? Let's switch views here. A little bit more. I don't know what's going to happen when it hits dirt or when it hits stone. Because that's the one thing is I don't know whether this thing can pick up stone. I know... Oh, it is cutting into the stone. Well, that opens up a few more possibilities, because if this can dig through stone, then that makes this even more powerful. Oh. How do I move this stuff again? It is like that. So I can't move this thing up and down. I can only lift it or move it side to side. Yeah, I guess I can't lift it up and down. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, so this has 106... 19. Yeah, so they're not going evenly, but at the same time nothing's fallen out, which means that, yeah, so the back ones, so it does look like the animation on it seems to be pretty close to what it actually is hitting, but it also, at the same time, it looks like it's a lot wider. So the majority of it is in this area here, but it's also falling, some of it's falling down this, like directly down, because it's hitting those two. So this is actually good. This means that my plan is working, because this is hitting, even though it's not even, it's still hitting it relatively even. So it's hitting all 4, which means that what I want to be able to do is pull off of these separately and have individual factories built off of that. So not just one factory lineup, it's going to be 8 of them are all going to be processing. So each one of these dual hoppers has 2 outputs. So each individual output is going to have 1 full factory going. So hopefully that will be enough to process all of the material coming from that. Because I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it's going to end up, I mean, for all I know, 1 dual hopper will probably be enough to process all the material, but I don't know. I'd rather err on the side of caution, and maximize everything. Now, as this moves, I am going to have issues where this is going to end up having to move as well. But at the same time, as if I end up putting in a basic setup first and then piping into it, I should be able to move this to a different location and just can extend the conveyors out. So that being said, I guess we can start with this one here. This is 210 versus 106. So this is the one that is currently has the most amount. I'm gonna get these guys out. So that I have all of these vehicles at my disposal. Oh, and I need to get this guy. Oh, that's big. I don't know if I've actually used this size one. Because the other possibility that I see on this is to use one of these trucks and ferry the materials from the bagger and to whatever pickup that I have. So that is a possibility as well. So where would the best spot to put this be? I mean, I'm gonna end up needing, if I'm using this as a base, I'm gonna end up needing to get around, but I also wouldn't mind being able to dig up this material as well. So that's kind of a tough decision. I'm gonna put down some basic setup for now, and if I need to move it, I just move it. I'm working off of a grid anyways, so it should be fine. Well, that works. I can just use this as a grid as the base level and then go from there. I'm gonna need to get some ramps up and down it, but it should be fine. Because first things first is I have to put this down and fill this guy up. Because we're going to need some fuel. That's going to take forever. And we're going to need to have a way of getting fuel to the bagger as well. I'm wondering whether I also need a regular truck. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up getting a regular truck as well. Where is that? Trucks. Oh, and one of those. Nice four-wheel drive vehicle should be fine. So first things first, let's get the drone for some nice images and a nice 4x4 so I can run around places. Nope, won't be able to get up. Close enough. Yeah, because one thing, yes, so this does need fuel as well, and looking at the gauge on it, I think I'm down to 2/3 of a tank. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need to have some way of collecting up the so what is this so let's get some ramps going so that rough concrete. One, two, three, four. Yep. So that's got that there. I don't need any of these. I need that. I don't need pickaxe. So let's just get this here. Build this setup like that. And I think everything else is going to be based on this layer. And then we'll build up or down based on that. Because I think if we move towards either towards that direction and just dig out both of these hills, by the time we end up doing that, we're going to end up having so much material that we won't know what to do with. So I think that'll be a good starting point. And most of the other vehicles I am not going to be using for material collection. It's more for infrastructure and being able to dig out spaces. Because I'm gonna need pathways, especially if I am using if I start using this to ferry dirt between the excavator and the drop-off points, I'm gonna need roads and ways of getting in and out of places. So I think that'll be good. All right, so let's get you out of the way because you are definitely in the way. And I'll put a ramp here for now. I don't know how wide all of these vehicles are going to end up being. How much space they're going to end up needing. I know for the mid-range vehicles, 5 tends to be more than enough needed, but for the largest ones, I don't think it applies. Because I think that they're gonna end up needing more space, but we'll see. We'll see what this wheelbase is based on this, and then go from there. Oh, looks like I'm not gonna need all of that. Okay, good enough. Now for the sake of my OCD, I am gonna do this so that I have an even amount. All right, let's see if this works. I mean, it will, I guess, but it, at the same time, is a little bit small. Okay. Well, that's fine. At least we know. Okay. So, ramp-wise, it's... Oh, you know what? Oh, that's another thing that I didn't purchase. Oops. I didn't buy the bigger... I didn't buy the bigger, or the faster, tools. Fast pickaxe, fast sledge. And we will sell the sledge, and we will sell the pickaxe, because we want the fast ones. And I don't care about that, and in fact, I'll keep that in here. I mean, who knows? I might use it at some point. Underneath here is another ramp. There we go. Okay. So what I was thinking is making this a second layer here. And then going down from that. Because it looks like that goes down even further. So I can make this multiple layers. I mean, this is just going to be the starting point of the factory. I am going to do layers upon layers of this, because this is not going to be a small factory. And, like, if any of you have seen the Great White North series, it was a pretty big factory, but I am going to be building something even bigger than that. That's the plan, at least. Whether I pull it off or not, that's another story, but I think that two more out should satisfy the needs of this guy there. How can I get you to work? Nope, that's not gonna work. You know what? There. That's how I'm gonna do it. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Well, apparently that's how I get down. And it's as good a spot as any, or as good a way as any. And let's just ignore the ramps that I made and just drive off everything. I mean, this thing's pretty big. I probably don't have to worry about... Yeah, see, I can actually... I can climb this perfectly fine. Sort of. Okay. It always weirds me out the way that you get off of that. I just keep thinking that I'm going to end up running immediately, and it does not happen that way. All right. I am definitely going to need a ramp for this one. So I'm going to do this here, I guess. 3, 4, 5. I think that should be enough so that I can get vehicles up and down. Like I said, this is going to be a starting point. So that I can get up each layer. And then as I build the base out, I'll finalize a lot of the other stuff, all the other plans that I was planning on having. Okay, let's see how thirsty you are. Okay, so it was 18,000 liters, and now it is 1425, so that's a fair amount. So we'll park this over by the fuel. And I think that's a good stopping point, honestly, because I am really happy with the way that this is starting out. Obviously, there's not much here, and I'll have a ways to go, but that'll be the fun of it, because I'd like to build a factory that can handle all the output from that with as little backlog as possible. At least that's the plan. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, or if you just want to help support the channel, that is appreciated too. If you want to support me even further, I have a link to Patreon in the description, as well as a link on my channel. But that'll be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.